So the opening match on Raw, they're trying for star power, their main event, a big match. I can understand that. They open with Seth Franklin Rollins against Bobby Lashley. And again, except for singing the heels music, no, that's Jungle Boy. What is Seth Rollins?
I thought that was Morris Day. I wasn't sure what you were doing there.
Well, I'm not. Was it K Sarah Sarah? What did they sing for Seth? For Seth Franklin Rollins, the whatever the fuck.
Wrestling fans love that. You can give any wrestler, no matter what their talent is, a song that has some kind of just loud chant. Anything with that, they'll love it. They'll stand up, they'll do it, and then they'll sit back down on their hands.
And that's what I was going to say. Except for singing the heels music, the people were sitting on their hands. And this is it's the WWE audience and the WWE product now. And I've been talking about it. In most cases in AEW, when they have main event guys that they present as main event guys in a match in front of their fans, their fans are into the match. But in the WWE, the main event guys that obviously the WWE has more viewers, they got more fans, there are more people in the buildings, whatever the fuck. So they should equally be into the main event guys, but they don't care about the matches as much. It's all about the monotonous long entrances, the goddamn 20-minute long fucking, dramatic pieces or comedy pieces that they do in the middle, and then they break every once in a while for a match. And they've done this to themselves. Because if the people don't think the matches are the most important thing, and I'm not saying more important than the talent in the matches, if they don't think that the matches between the main event guys, the top stars, are the culmination of everything involving those people in their programs, then they've shot themselves in the foot, because none of these guys are good actors anymore, except for a couple that we'll talk about. And they've just diminished it's just a parade of the same kind of stuff. Nothing stands out. They didn't have a bad match again, but they went after they rang the bell, they did maybe 3 minutes and went to the break. And when they come back, there's Seth's getting heat on Lashley. There's nothing wrong, nothing great. I don't see Lashley as a babyface that needs to sell like that. Like a baby face. It needs to sell being in a long arm lock. At one point, the people were chanting, "Let's go, Bobby." But it wasn't like because Bobby was going and they were trying to root him on. It was like, "Let's go, Bobby," to see somebody go somewhere and do something. Seth Rollins hit him with a couple of dives in a row, and on the second one almost landed on his fucking head because he bounced off. Lashley's like hitting a wall. I don't know if he bounced off him. The trajectory was wrong, whatever. So then Lashley posts Seth out on the floor, and we go to another break less than 5 minutes after we'd come back from the previous break. It's impossible to really get into this thing and follow it, even if you're trying, because they keep breaking it up. And they won't even say, "We'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere." They just go to the break and fuck. Maybe I'll go make a sandwich. Anyway, they got some 2 counts and some false finishes at the end, and blah blah blah, and then finally, Bobby got the hurt lock, and Seth Rollins mule kicks him in the nuts, and then suddenly Riddle's music plays, and he just walks down to the ring, and Seth just turns around and stares at him, and then turns back around, and guess what? Bobby Lashley speared him out of his boots, 1, 2, 3. That was it. That was the finish. If you're in a fight, Brian, and somebody's music plays, and they come down, they don't even jump up on the apron of the ring, they just walk down the aisle, are you going to stop the guy that you're fighting when he's 50 pounds heavier than you and just stare at the other guy who's not doing any fucking thing?
Oh, man, I wish you had watched Rampage now. Now I can't wait for you to watch that opening match on Rampage.
Well, and let's make the statement also that, my God, none of us could take all that wrestling in the same program, but we're recording on, we tried to start on Saturday morning. Things have happened, but we're recording on Saturday, so we're catching up with what we've seen in the past week, which is Raw on Monday and AEW on Wednesday. And then for the drive-thru, we're going to cover in detail the Friday programs because we'll have had time to watch them. But again, music plays, guy walks down, stupid guy in the ring stares at him, turns around, gets hit with a finish. Keep that thought in mind. We'll revisit that later on. What did you think about this contest?
I mean, it was okay for what it was. I can't get into Bobby Lashley at all right now as a babyface like this. I liked him with MVP. That was perfect.
Yeah? Where'd MVP go?
He's with Omos. Where's Omos?
Where's Omos?
Well, I don't know where MVP is the point. And I can't get into Lashley. I don't find him to be a compelling babyface on his own. He actually worked better as a heel with a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And like as a machine, just a monster. But I can't get into him. I don't buy him as a top babyface on his own. It just doesn't work for me.
Well, and also it's that he's not Jack Briscoe. He doesn't need to sell arm drags and you know, wrestle competitively on the mat. Even though he can, he's a great shooter. Unless you're talking about he's competitive with a fucking giant. But he as a dominant, ass-kicking fucking heel guy with the group around him, it was great. Anyway,